That you do. So I have a lot of things to be grateful for in life, but among the most impactful for me was the fact that when I was 12, my mom got a job at an international school in Bogota, Colombia, and I got to move there. And the school was called Colegio Nueva Granada, and it had a bunch of unique things that I feel really were helpful in cultivating who I was as a person. And one of those was Classroom Without Walls. And this was a program which allowed kids to experience different cultures both in and outside of the country, and really to expand their cultural knowledge. So this started in elementary school, where they'd send kids to petting zoos and the like, and I don't know how that increases your cultural understanding, but there it is. Step up into middle school, and they would start sending you to local cities, and you would experience more like indigenous cultures or, more rural environments. And then in high school, they were ready to ship 130 or so awkwardly pubescent teenagers to the Amazon jungle for a week. So I was really excited because the Amazon's something that's going away, and it's something that you have to experience while it's there, because you may not get the chance later. So I was pumped. And so we got there, and the first night I was exhausted from the trip. I was ready for a break. But the staff managers notified my group that this wouldn't be the case, that we would have to walk through the jungle that night and go camping. So, I was a little bit bummed, but I figured, why not? So we walked through the forest, and the thing about the Amazon is that there are 2.5 million species of bugs, and it seems like 1.7 million of those are out to get you. And I would learn that first night in the jungle. So we got to this clearing, right? And it's got a bunch of hammocks just scattered around this area of the forest. So we eat dinner, we tell a few campfire stories, and we get settled in for the night. And so I get into my hammock, I start relaxing, I start reading a book, and I feel a prick on my finger. And I'm thinking, well, it's probably nothing, just something that, I'm imagining in my head, not really anything to worry about. So I kind of sit there, and a few minutes later, I feel another prick on my forearm, and I look, and there's this ant the size of a quarter just coming out of my arm. And then they all swarm, and so they're all on me, like, in a matter of seconds, and I blast out of my hammock, singing, like, screaming, and just dancing around, and my friends are losing it. Like, they're having a blast, and I'm just, like, hating life right then. So I'm dancing around there, and the staff developers, they come in, and they, like, grab me, and they start plucking these ants from my skin, and I'm just losing it. Eventually they get me to sit down, and they spend the rest of the time plucking the ants out. And my friends are still losing it. But eventually they get it done, and then they just kind of leave me there to mope over to the one hammock that was left, that was down by the river, kind of secluded from all the rest. So I had to go there and cry for a few hours, and then eventually fall asleep. So that was the story of my first night in the Amazon rainforest. And thankfully, I was able to enjoy the rest of my time there. But the thing that stuck with me the most was that first night in the ant-infested hammock. And I guess it just goes to show that the worst experiences make the best stories.